Well, Lou, here we are at Pigeon Point in Tobago, and this is our 51st year of marriage.
Yes.
And let's call it the 51st honeymoon.
Wow, that's a lot of honeymoon, you know, boy.
You're telling me here that's a lot of honey and a lot of moon, you know?
Many, many moons.
You take an astronaut to cover this, you know. But tell me something. How you are enjoying your 51st honeymoon at Pigeon Point?
Well, actually, I will not call this a honeymoon
No?
because it's more like a family holiday. We have Kimberly and Lyndon, our son, and Kimberly, and their two little kids there, all having fun, and we also have Liba with us. So it's not a honeymoon as much as this is a quick vacation after being locked down for the last 2 years with COVID, unable to make any good big long trips. Liba thought it'd be nice for us to get a quick runaway to Tobago. So here we are enjoying the beauties of Tobago, the serenity, the beautiful beaches. Here we are at Pigeon Point. We just had a big shower, but I tell you, that was fun. It was like the old days when we bathed in the sea in Ikakas. And now there is sunshine, and Lancy just have this great urge to talk about our very beginning. Is that right, Lance?
Yes, it is so. It is so. It was a great beginning. In 1970, I met you, and in 1971, in 10 months, we were married. I think we rushed it a little, don't you?
Well, not exactly. You just wanted to be together forever.
Okay. So we chose Tobago to come for our honeymoon.
Yes.
We ended up in Buku. Louis made the arrangement to go to Buku at Miller's guest house.
Yes.
And it was a very, very cozy setting. Miller's is still around.
Yes, it is.
And we hope to go there and maybe, take a couple shots. But right now we're in Pigeon Point. And, we rented these two chairs. And we wanted to get an umbrella because the rain seemed to have been coming. And of all things, the woman said they couldn't give us an umbrella because the men didn't want to get wet.
That's Trini Tobagonian.
Trini Tobagonian. Well, Louise, what's the significance really of a honeymoon? Can you tell me?
Well, a honeymoon is, I imagine, from my own understanding, it's a time for us to really get to know each other on a more intimate manner. Of course, you have no responsibility with a honeymoon. You go to a hotel or a guest house. In those days, it was more guest houses. So you go to the guest house and you have 3 meals, and you just have time for each other, just basking in the sea and the sun, and getting to know each other, as I say, in a more personal manner. And while there were some couples there, I remember how they were just strictly about a honeymoon. They were just like glued in their own room. They only came out when it was time for the meal. But we rented a car, a PR, little Renault car.
A French car,
man.
Yeah, and radiator in the back of the car.
Yeah, and we would just take off after breakfast, drive up to Charlottesville, have a good swim there, went up to Palatuve, Englishman Bay, all these places. And then, like maybe on the 5th day or the 6th day, we thought there was this couple who they looked like they had enough of each other.
Really?
Well,
that's libel, that's libel. That's slander.
I'm not calling any names.
All right, be careful.
And here they are. We said to them, would you like to go with us for a drive? And they said, sure. And we became very friendly after that. For many years, we kept in contact with each other. And then we lived in the same area. But then, of course, as years go by, you lost touch with each other. But so while we it was a time of knowing each other, and so we also realized we can really enjoy ourselves as a couple. I enjoy the sea, and Lance was not much of a sea lover, but he just enjoyed having me enjoy myself, and he's still doing that even up to now.
And then we came back to Tobago after a couple of years. We had children.
Yes.
And what was your pleasure in seeing your children, just like these two ones here on the beach?
Yes, they were like about that age, 5, and maybe Lasana was a baby, and yeah, it's about similar age. And that was when our family life, with 3 children, really became a lot of responsibilities, and so, but we just love and enjoyed our children, taking them to the beach, coming for the first 10 years of our marriage and children. We mostly went to Caribbean islands and really enjoyed that until
honeymoon throughout the Caribbean, eh?
Yeah, in spite of the children.
In spite, well, they say, excuse me. They say that priority should be to your spouse, even if you have kids.
Of course, I believe in that, and you more so enforce that. You always enforce that, we need time together. You enjoy time with the kids, but time together, bonding time is important in a marriage. Bonding time is very, very important. And, while we had kids quite young and very quickly, because Liba and Lisa came a year and a half apart, and of course it was a challenge to mother 2 children. At 21 with 2 children, and you would have been like 25, 23.
I was young, eh?
Already 2 kids,
Oh, wow. I rushed things, didn't I?
Well, of course, we didn't have much experience about contraceptives and things like that. But of course, yes, darling. Well, right now, I am doing a little video, a vlog with Grandpa. So we will soon be coming, and I will be a monster to get you and to eat you up.
Boy, you...
Really? I'll soon be with you, okay, darling?
One thing, Louise, you always told fantasy stories to your children, eh? And I think they grew up with that sense of humor, that sense of appreciation, You remember you used to tell them a story that was Spotty?
Yes, but we never identify what or who Spotty was, eh?
Spotty was just an imagination.
Well, imagination. Well, anyway, I love to tell the kids this story, and I also told it to my grandkids. And I try to, in that story, to enforce to be obedient in a very funny way that I would tell the story. And that is that Spotty and his parents will be wandering around, and he will always be scolded. Parents will always scold them and says, Spotty, you must not venture out.
Yes, here comes the bushman.
Let me get, no. You take the thing, man. Let me get some behind it.
Yes. Go ahead, Louise, go ahead.
Yes. So I will tell them the story about Spotty. And Spotty, their parents will tell Spotty, you are not to go far out into the forest.
Right.
And for quite a while, Spotty was able to be obedient.
Give Granny that.
Oh, thank you very much.
Okay.
Today is not my birthday, but I will treat it as a pre-birthday. Thank you, Kim.
You don't have any
This is our 51st honeymoon,
What?
Yeah.
Keeping count?
Yeah, we keep in count 51st, 53rd.
One a year.
As many children as honeymoon.
But there is PS celebrations,
Well, cheers.
Ready for
Doing
me birthday?
everything.
Oh, that's nice.
Wow, this is great presentation. Lancy, have some of this, boy. I can't enjoy this all by myself.
I will have some too.
Mm.
It's going on your mic.
Oh gosh, boy. how come Lyndon and Miss? How come Lyndon didn't pick that up?
He'd be busy on his own time.
So what is it you're
Kim, you
drinking?
can just take some of this for the children too.
I don't think they're going to have it. I think they enjoy it. It's just pina colada.
It's good.
Pineapple and coconut.
Pineapple and coconut.
Delicious.
This spot here, please.
No
Let me hear you.
alcohol.
No alcohol, Louise. Sorry about that.
So at least I can have a good plug.
Yeah.
Your husband and you know?
In a little while, I'll get some.
Right
What
now,
are you talking about right now?
right now we're interested in Spotty.
Yes, Spotify.
Okay, Spotify.
Spotify. Come on.
Yes. So Spotty started to grow up and wanted to be more
Adventure.
adventurous. So one day when mommy and daddy was not looking, Spotty wandered off in the forest.
Oh my.
And Spotty was having a great time. She was running after the butterflies, swimming in the rivers, dancing around, looking at the flowers, and just wandering like Alice in Wonderland. And soon Spotty realized it was night and became very afraid. And
Afraid of the dark.
she started saying, now she's beginning to miss mommy and daddy. Where is mommy? Where is daddy? Where is mommy? Where is daddy? Where are you all? I'm missing you all. Come and get me.
So the moral of that story really is about obedience.
Yes, and then realize well, of course there's more to the story, but
Yes.
but the moral of the story was listen to your parents, and while something you will be enjoying it, there comes a time when it gets out of hand and you will not be able to handle it on your own, and you'll be whimpering wanting your parents to be around.
So coming back to this question about honeymoon and the intimacy and the bonding and whatnot, you would recommend that couples even married for 7, 8, 10 years find themselves, even if they have kids, taking the occasional honeymoon. And Tobago is a wonderful destination, isn't
Oh
it?
boy, Tobago is just the right getaway,
Yes, it is.
because as far as I'm concerned, not that I am not advertising our Trinidad places that you can go, but you can get a much better place in Tobago for cheaper than what you'll pay in Trinidad. So really and truly,
And you have great sea bathing, eh?
no, not
I mean
great.
in Tobago.
Oh, great sea bathing, and you can actually visit so many other beaches. You have Pigeon Point, you have Store Bay, you have Englishman's Bay, you have Buku Bay. Then you can go to the reef, you can take a boat ride, you can go to Mount Irving, is a lovely beach too.
What about the fish that is being sold on the roadside?
Oh boy, those red fish are great. Wonderful red snappers, and you come home and you fry them and you have a whole one for yourself.
So even if you have kids and you carry them on such an outing, it should be lasting in their memory, eh?
Of course, I think that is something children never forget. Nice family life and good vacation.
Yeah, that's great. Kim, do you enjoy being here with your children? Where did you have your honeymoon?
We went to St. Kitts.
You went to St. Kitts?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you compare to Tobago?
Well, it is very nice. I would say Tobago has a lot more beaches and more, nicer beaches for sure. But we only really went to the rocky side of St. Kitts. But it does have a nice train ride around the whole country, which is good. It has a cool rum distillery that they carry for tours, and they carry for helicopter rides in the volcano basin. That was nice too. But I find like Tobago is much better for beaches.
For kids.
For kids, oh yeah, for sure.
For kids, definitely.
What about the boat ride that you came up on? The APT James.
Oh boy, that was so smooth that Lance didn't even know that we crossed the border, the Bocas. He was like, we still have to cross the Bocas and we're already in Tobago.
Yeah, I think it's a great addition to our fleet. Eh?
It
But
is.
when I talk about fleet, I mean, how many boats do we have? We have two only.
I believe it's 3, maybe 3.
Maybe 3? Okay.
There's one that comes straight, that came straight from Australia that they made.
Okay, so
Right.
these boats were made in Australia.
One of them, I believe.
I think APT James that we were told.
Yeah, it was made in Australia.
The other one too.
Okay.
I can't remember what it was like.
But the panorama, where was the panorama made?
I don't know that one. But that one's still looking.
No,
That
but
one is in the museum.
Does it on?
But if you come here a little bit, I will be able to pick up on Louise's thing.
but
We're talking here about the value of honeymoons as bonding. Can you maybe just sit there and get you know? Can you tell us about the hold on a second, okay?
from a young person point of view. We hear it from an old lady, a younger person.
He might be more graphic than me.
Yes. Tell me about bonding
honeymoon.
on a honeymoon.
I think it is nice to finally experience like a vacation, a true vacation with your husband or your wife. Previously, if you did take vacations with the person, it may not have been the same because you may not have been in the same room, and things you could experience nicer, better. So I think it's a nice bonding opportunity, which you need for the months to come.
Definitely.
Because you're going to be living with someone you haven't lived with before, and you have plenty nuances that you really sometimes cannot bear. So it's like, for all the times that they leave the clothes right outside of the hamper, or they leave that one dirty cup on the other side of the sink and not inside the sink, you'll remember your honeymoon and how much fun you had then, and it's able to kind of pacify that situation. Yeah, it's just a mental note of, hey, we could have fun, so let me just forget the little things that annoy you.
Yeah, of course.
That is very true.
Very true, very true. Well, I want to thank you both for your experience in marriage. One is 51 years married, and you came here over how many years?
7.
Sorry, 7?
They say after
Siete.
7 years, you should be okay, you know. But it looks like it's more after 10.
Well, we have 3 more years.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Good food, Granny. Thank you.
You're welcome. My dear.